What's up? What's up? What's up, PV fam? It's your boy John Q out here on the Apex. About to take me a nice little cruise. What have you guys been up to? As for me, I've been taking it one day at a time and enjoying every opportunity that I have that I can get out on my PVs and explore different places and territories. And today is my PV therapy day ride. It's all about discipline. It's about having the power to ride with the most insane speed, but yet taking the time to enjoy my environment and the things in my environment, as opposed to riding like a maniac. So today I will be cruising. What's good, PEV fam? Hope all of you guys are having a great day, living your best PEV experience and enjoying every ride, going out and riding with protection. And today I am just out here on this semi-beautiful day. Looks like the clouds are out. So what you guys been up to? I know me. I've been just enjoying every single day. I've just been enjoying my days. Oh, it's kind of windy out, so I'm not going to be doing much talking. I'm just going to ride. Maybe I'll come back and do a voiceover. Hello, this is your boy John Q coming at you from North Carolina. Kind of like a nice sunshiny day, but I see some clouds in the sky. Yet figured I'd get out, take one of my hyper scooters out for a run and get a little PEV therapy in the day. And so I'm out here on this beautiful day to try to get it in a little bit here and enjoy myself. And this doozy of a machine that I am riding today is my Leo PEV 32 kilowatt Apex hyper scooter. But it is definitely a scooter that it has taken me a great deal of time to master the ability to ride it with confidence, stability, and with assurance that I'm riding a machine that can get me from point A to point B. The Apex is not a scooter for everyone. It is your boy John Q coming at you, the solo rider from North Carolina, out here on a beautiful sunshiny day with the Leo PEV 32 kilowatt hyper scooter. About to take off on an adventure. Not too far, just a little short ride. It's been a minute since I've been out making any content or getting out to explore and enjoy the Apex hyper scooter. So I'm not going to push it too hard today. Today is PEV therapy day, discipline for me. This is the day that I practice a lot of discipline in my riding technique, so as to apply that same discipline in decisions that I make in today's processes as I go through my daily routine of PEV therapy. I know a lot of you guys think I'm some kind of quack or something talking about PEV therapy, etc. But you know, this PEV therapy thing has reawakened my senses to a lot of amazing things that taking the time to just explore and enjoy life is all about. And so hopefully, as you guys can see, I have the Insta360 X4 strapped in. I can get you guys some content, but I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of speeding. Well, this ride today represents discipline, so I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of speeding and giving you flybys and riding insanely fast up to, whatever. I've pushed the Leo PEV Apex up to you know, I think I dropped some videos of me riding at about 60 to 63 miles per hour or so, maybe. And let me preserve my lights until I get on the road, because everything is connected to batteries. And I think I'm gonna have them blinking, because the Apex, it's a minimalist scooter. It doesn't come with a whole lot of lights and fancy bells and whistles, so I have to kind of adjust it to make it a little more roadworthy when I get on the road, so that my visibility is there. But today I don't plan on riding right in the midst of traffic. My goal is to get out and just cruise leisurely and enjoy the scenery of wherever I go, and until I'm finished with my ride. But the Apex, it has been an amazing machine. Initially, when I first got it, there were some things that you know, I had to get used to, and there were some things that I had to make adjustments for. When I first got the Apex, there were some things that I had to get used to, and there were some things that I had to make adjustments for. And one of them were the forks. You know, these forks here, they are not the original forks that came with the Apex when I first got it. And I might as well include a disclosure. You know, this is not the actual Apex hyper scooter that you can purchase from leopev.com, because the more current versions, they have a display on them, and maybe a few other cosmetic features or stability features that that Matt Hoover has added to finalize the ultimate product that you get when you purchase this Leo PEV Apex Hyper scooter. So I'm not saying that everything you see on this video is exactly what you get when you purchase Leo PEV's Apex Hyper scooter. I'm just only saying that when your boy John Q got it, it was somewhat like a prototype scenario thing, but I'm happy for all of its bare minimum features, because that's how I wanted my initial scooter to be. I wanted it to be one that didn't have a whole lot of things on it, but was basically naked, and that's what I got here. So, but back to what I was saying earlier, you know, after I changed the forks on the Apex, oh my God, instantly I can tell that the stability had improved. The easy to wobble scenario that I was getting on the tire before I changed the fork, that easy to wobble scenario that was happening before I changed the fork, completely gone. I was like, okay, baby, let's get it. Let me get on this baby, and let me see what we can get on a speed run, you know, and all of the above. And man, I got out here and I did my thing. I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna test this baby out to the limit and see what she can do, and see what she can really do. And hopefully I won't get carried away. So I said, now it's time for me to test this baby out to the limit and see what she can do, and push it to, you know, and push it a little bit harder than what I was used to pushing it. And on the very first run, I had a nice solid stance, and she shot up to about 50, maybe 60 miles per hour, close to 60 miles per hour, so fast. And it didn't just shoot me up there fastly, it shot me up there smoothly as well. It was very smooth ride. And one of the things I tell people that ask me a great deal about the Apex is that the Apex is not a scooter for everybody. It's a hyper scooter for individuals that are experienced with riding at very high speeds. Everyone doesn't have the discipline to do certain things when they're riding at high speeds. And one of the things that, I had to learn how to do when riding at high speeds is whenever I get a speed wobble, I can't go into a, I can't, whenever, like, one of the things I had to learn how to do when riding, hyper scooters at very fast speeds is that whenever I get into a speed wobble, I can't panic and hit the brakes or do something erratic as such as try to dive and jump off of it and get away from it. No. If you can't ride a speed wobble out and you don't know how to gradually slow down and know the weight of your hyper scooter to a degree where you can slow it down and get and tame the beast. I'll just say tame the beast and get control of it. Then this may not be something that you want to give a try, because the power to weight ratio of VOPV's Apex Hyper Scooter is the most phenomenal thing on the market. There's nothing else on the market. There was a lot of trash talk about Ryan Motors and the Ryan Apex and all that. To me, that's just noise. That's just noise, because until you ride the Apex for yourself, you just can't speak upon whether or not it's a scooter that has the features that a lot of people said it don't have. So that's just my input. So my input is, it's worth 2 grains of salt in the in the PEV world, because I don't strive to be an influencer that everybody comes to and watch for the most relevant content on the newest products that are on the market, etc., because that's not what I do for a living. What I do with my PEV is I ride them for therapeutic purposes, and I enjoy riding them just leisurely to explore and get the most out of the happiest experiences in my life. So that's my take on the reason why I ride PEVs and why I don't strive to just give you content that's based on specs and based on different things that people put emphasis on. I don't know. I think the idea of riding your hyper scooter at insane speeds, or your e-bike at insane speeds down the road, is overhyped. And I don't prescribe to it myself anymore. I just simply get out there and I enjoy my ride leisurely, no matter where I'm at. And oftentimes I also just simply say, hey, I'll get off the road and I'll let cars pass by me, so that I can continue to cruise at a nice pace and not worry about anybody hitting me while I'm riding with my back to traffic, because I don't like to ride facing traffic when I'm riding slow either. So I just get off the road. I make sure that my mirror is nice and clear, and that and that I got all the things that are included on my body and on my scooter that can make me as visible as possible. I very rarely ride at night, so I don't get out that much with that. But see, I've been here solo riding in North Carolina now for almost 5 years. And I started off with the Wolf Warrior, and and progress from there to the Dualtron X2, and then from the Dualtron X2, while I ran into that period of time when I was waiting on the Rion Thrust. At the time is what it was called, and I didn't think that everything was going to fall through on that. But I kept in contact with everyone and did my best to let them know that if it wasn't going to make it, then hey, I'm cool with that, and I'll be okay. Because I worked and I saved for it, and hey, it wouldn't be a big loss to me, because money is not everything to me. I don't view money as everything. It's not the end all, the be all. It is just simply an asset that we use to live our lives, and and to get the necessities of life. And God has been good to me so that I don't have to struggle and suffer for things. So, I'm thankful. But anyway, long story short, while waiting on the thrust, which at the time was a carbon fiber electric scooter, unlike any other custom handmade scooter, and it had the insane power and all of these things, and it was the epitome of what I was looking for in my PEV experience. Unbeknownst to most, not because of the speed and the power, but because of a big battery and a lightweight frame, which gives me the opportunity to leisurely ride and enjoy my rides without battery fatigue or any other type of scenario. But anyway, so along came the eMove Roadster, and when I got on the Roadster for the first time and rode it, I was so overwhelmed by the power of the output and the low center of gravity weight that the Roadster had, which gave it stability, and then that lightweight carbon fiber design and that thick sturdy steering column. All of those features combined made for a hell of an experience when I first rode the eMove Roadster. And the eMove Roadster, like the Ryan Apex or Leo PEV Apex, it's in a class all by itself, in my opinion, because it's a bigger body. It's a bigger body with a similar size battery, but not exactly the same size. But like the Apex, it charges up to over 100 volts, and it gives me insane range. However, the heat dissipation is not better than that of the Apex, because that thing, it can get hot. Once you crank it and you continue to ride it for over 55 miles per hour for a long period of time, she gets hot. That baby gets hot, and she will give you power cutouts, not complete cutouts, but it would slow you down a lot if you try to ride it too hard. And that was one of the things that I noticed that was different about the eMove Roadster in comparison to the Leo PEV Apex hyper scooter, because the Apex, it has it has those Infineon MOSFETs in it, and they the real deal. I don't care what no one said, but I ride the heck out of this thing, and she don't get hot. I mean, I've ridden it for short stretches, and I've ridden it for some long stretches, and that cooling technology of those MOSFETs or the controllers or whatever is, because I'm not 100% knowledgeable about all the technology, and I don't try to portray myself to be that way, but I know that for what this machine puts out, the amperage and my weight, it should definitely be heating up a whole lot more than what it is. And I've never seen anything like that in all of the hyper scooters that I've owned. Even my X2, she gets hot, especially the motors get hot to the touch when I ride for long stretches, even at lower speeds. But this thing is phenomenal, and this is my baby. This is my unicorn. Everybody called the Apex a unicorn, but you know what? I'm happy riding my unicorn. And if you see me, on the street with an Apex, blow your horn, because that might be the last time you see me, because I'd be like, pew! No, I'm just joking. I don't ride like that. But anyway, man, I'm just excited to be living my life and enjoying my life as an almost 60-year-old guy, riding PEVs, getting myself in tip-top shape. Yes, the guns are in there, and they are getting bigger because I'm working out, I'm eating right, This just happened to be my detox week, where I'm allowing some impurities to leave my body so that I can get more clarity and get more energy and out of my days, because this life we have is all we have, and you might as well make it the best you can by doing things that improve upon who you are and what you believe in your life. That's just my personal opinion about my own life. So I don't pretend to have all the answers for anybody else but myself, because my experiences are the sum of where I'm at in my life right now, and I enjoy my life on it, every day. And you guys probably have seen me talk about before this very cool system of turn signals that I've put on the Apex, and it's been pretty much universal system that works with all my scooters, because all I have to do is put this mount on my helmet, and then magnetically the light connects, and I've ridden it up to 60 something miles per hour with one of these on the back, and she stayed on just as nice and comfy. And it's got several different light modes on it. I normally don't run a light mode on my helmet. I normally don't run the light mode on my helmet, but sometimes I do, just so that I can just so that I can know that I have decent visibility. And so but most of the time I run it without that on. And then this is my little remote right here, and right turn signal, left turn signal, and they always work pretty good. And the standby time and battery charge time, they last for a pretty long time. And normally when I look down at my brake caliber and I see that red light, that lets me know that it's activating my helmet. And I think these, they're kind of pricey, at a little bit over $100, but I think they're a great buy. So I made it back to my destination. My ride turned out to be a pretty awesome ride. I ran out of juice on the Insta360 X4 before I got back. I was recording at 5.7K, 30 frames per second. So I thought that it would take me up to a little bit over an hour, and it did. And I had an amazing ride on the Apex this time around, and I'll show you guys some of the stats that are on the app. Oh wow, I am always amazed by this machine. I don't feel anything heated up to a degree where I would be concerned about overheating at all. Nothing. And I pushed her pretty good. My top speed a couple of times, my top speed wasn't all that, because I wasn't, like I said earlier before I started my ride, I wasn't trying to get into a speed rush or anything like that. But these were the stats for the current ride that I just had. And I went for 22.37 miles in about an hour and 30. And then my max speed on this ride, I only jumped it up to about 53 miles per hour. There we go. I finally found the location where, so it says 8,308.6 milliamp hour drone, 31.1 milliamp hour charged. What I can say is that my ride was very therapeutic. It was very refreshing. and it was just wonderful to get out and ride the Apex at a reasonable pace